Hey guys, it's Steve from the Gaming Channel, and today I want to tell you guys a little story about Lockdown's background lore and how you get from place to place. You see, Lockdown, before it got changed to this style, actually had a story arc and it was actually going places. I'm going to describe the very first few parts of the storyline and where it would have headed from there. So we're going to start in the military base. Right now, we're in the military base. As you see, it's a pretty big military base. I'm going to give myself a map. Myself an empty map, and you can't really see it, but that's the military base, basically. It's pretty big. Now, the military base had a vault sector, and this is where the outbreak ended up starting due to the cryogenically frozen man with brain cancer ended up getting his cancer mutated by a tumor in some unknown fashion. The group didn't know what to do. We could kill the man, or we could see how this tumor starts to affect the cancer cells in his body. So they left him there for a couple weeks during testing. Eventually, he started to have some venomous type of effects against humans, and his saliva was poisonous, for instance. One of the doctors ended up getting bit in the neck by him. Chunk of flesh missing, couple of layers of skin ripped off, and later that day he was infected as well. And you can see what happens from there. It gets to the point where about 150 so scientists are infected, and you and your group of 4 are hopeless. You guys can't do much about it. So what you guys end up doing is trying to escape the whole military base. Now, for instance, if I'm starting here at the military base, right over here would be the black market type area. This is all closed down now. It's your time to move on forward and get out of the military base. So you start doing that. Now, as you're moving by the military base, as you see, there's chambers like this. This is the generator room. As you see, most of the power and electricity in this area is off compared to other areas because this generator powers the east side of the military base. You can see in here as well that this generator is off and all these lights are off. So what happens is you and your little team end up going over here, and you're going to go up into the laboratory now. Laboratory is fairly small because this isn't the main laboratory. As you see, there's command block in there and some other stuff. Once you get here and you turn to your left, most people see the vault area and they think that they're able to go down into it. This vault is where all the messed up stuff ended up happening in. And it's semi-closed. It didn't get closed all the way. So you keep running and running. You end up making it up to here with your team. You don't know what to do, but you do have your NZ Corp founded standard memory foam bounce shoes. So when you jump down, you'll hear a crack, but you're not actually going to break your ankle or anything, so you're able to just keep moving on. You take the elevator up to the 2nd/3rd floor. You start jumping down back here and continue on. You end up making it to another little lab and the cargo bay area. In this cargo bay, you'll end up going up another elevator up to the roof and finally escaping. Where you would go from here is you would go to the subway tunnel. not subway, the highway tunnel, where your car would break down and you would end up getting a new car to move on and start progressing. Your job is to get basically to the airport, which you end up never getting to, since the story arc sort of changes. You end up making it to the city, seeing giant zombies, and some new things you have never seen before, such as fuel tanks. So, you end up using your knowledge, crafting a fuel tank, crafting some keys and pick locks to get to the other fuel tank parts. Then you go to a gas station and get some scrap materials to make a fake retina to get inside the police station that was currently being used at the time. The police were rioting against the people, so they locked down the facility to anyone to get in or out. So, most people will be like, why didn't they just climb over the fence or anything? Get electrocuted. Why don't you climb over the wall? You get shot. So, they used a fake retina scan, came in, went upstairs, refueled the plane, and got the hell out of there. The fuel tank ended up exploding the right chamber of the back of the helicopter. The helicopter could still fly, but it's running out of fuel fast, so you end up crashing into a little side area by a forest. You have a little campfire. You sat there for about a week until you gather enough courage to walk into the forest and escape. You and your team end up finding a dark cave that leads back outside to the highway. You don't know what to do from here, except follow the road down. From clearing out hordes, you end up making it to a farmer's market. From there, you guys were able to buy some goods and also trade in some food that you have gathered for more money to buy some more weapons. So, they told you about the power facility ended up being filled up to the brim with zombies. So you decide to make a cheap electrical part to start to fix the power supply for a limited time in order to get further into the power plants. You end up getting downstairs and figuring out that's all flooded and a ton of zombies are down there clogging up the area. So you say, what the heck, and jump into the horde and end up making it to the subway. You might have been lucky. After you made it out of the subway via the car, that's technically where the story would have ended for you when you were playing. Nothing else from there. But you're technically wrong. After you got there, you would have ended up making it to a cargo bay. And this cargo bay would have had some materials there for you, and you would have ended up taking one of the big industrialized cargo trucks and setting up base at the airport. This would have been your new hub / spawn for now. After you get to the airport, you need to find enough fuel tanks for the plane, fill up, and get the hell out of there. That's where it would have ended. And from there, you and your team would have ended up finding a cure, possibly. But that doesn't happen. You end up getting infected yourself. You guys would have to figure out how to disinfect yourself. There's also some little side lore as well. Marcus, the survivor, ends up leaving some hidden things around the map that you might have not noticed. And recommend you try to find any of Marcus's hidden things around the map. There's just a couple of Easter eggs as well. So, hope you guys enjoyed this 10-minute segment of just a little bit of lore on Lockdown. Actually, I forgot one thing. It's the lore of the Seeker, Z-Copter, and the Gurglers. So let's first start out with the Gurglers, since they were the very first technical mob to be added by me. Well, the Gurgler. Factory workers working at a power plant ended up getting toxic radiation while holding the barrels on their backs so that they could keep holding other stuff within their hands. They give you the nausea effect when attacked, and doesn't seem good to be near one at all. The Seekers were formed by the Z Nation Company, a company that didn't want the government to figure out a cure, so they ended up making up their own zombie robots. They would take dead zombie heads, put it onto a neurological cord that led into a box that they were able to control. Any chemical reaction such as anger would trigger off an alarm in the system and end up combusting the whole machine, effectively killing anyone in a 6-block radius. The Z-Copters was a prototype army weapon that has been changed to target anything that's moving, basically, besides zombies, since it could classify them as dead. The military has access denied to it due to hackers getting into the system and using it to harm civilians. There's also another mob that you can't see. It's known as the Crawler. The Crawlers were possessed zombie mutants. That's all I'm going to release behind it. You can get some more lore behind it as well. Every single mob was found by the company Z-Team. It's a group of scientists and people that seek and survey the land. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned on Discord, because I might end up making a whole 2,000 word thing that fills up the whole Me6 chat of just the lore on the story and how everything works out. I could even make a comic for this. It has enough detail basically for it. I'm not going to, obviously, but I could. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, though, even though I said that already. Smash that like button, and if you want more lockdown updates, please tell me. As you see up here, there's 8 more weapon slots to be filled. 4 times 4 is 24. We'll end up having 48 different weapons. Right now we have 3 times 4, which is 12. I said 24. 16. I should have said 16, 16. That's 32 different weapons. But right now we have 12, 12. So that's 24 different weapons right now. And if you have any suggestions, go to my Discord and do the hashtag lockdown suggestions, and you'll see it there. Alright, I'm gonna go now. Peace out.